Okay, you've been very patient. Let's put all the pieces together. So we've talked about a few elements of the elaboration likelihood model, but now let's fuse them all together into a graph that we can reference throughout the rest of this course. So here's what the model looks like. You start with a persuasive communication. This is maybe you just talking to your friend, you delivering a mass direct mail campaign to your clients, buying advertising on TV, any kind of persuasive communication. The question first is whether people are going to think about your persuasive communication. Will they elaborate or think deeply about what you have to say? If not, then they're going to be persuaded only if there are superficial cues that cue people to adopt your message conclusion. This is the peripheral route to persuasion. When there are those cues in place, you can persuade people when they're not paying very close attention. If they are thinking about your message, then people will be persuaded only if your message is compelling, only if you have strong, reasoned arguments for the position that you hold will people be persuaded when they're thinking carefully. The implications of this, then, are that if people are persuaded via the peripheral route, their resulting opinion will be weaker, and if they're persuaded via the central route, their resulting opinion will be stronger, meaning it'll predict their behavior and it'll last longer over time. So this is the model, and this is the general framework we're going to work with. In this course, we're going to start out by looking at this box here. Do people think? How are you going to know whether people are likely to be thinking about your message or not? And that'll help you plan whether to focus your efforts on the peripheral route or the central route. Then we'll look at peripheral cues and how those can be implemented strategically so that you can persuade people to adopt your conclusion when they don't have the opportunity to think very carefully about your arguments. Next, we'll take a look at some of the things you can do to be more persuasive via the central route, and then we'll go back to this do they think box and instead ask, how do we get people to think? What can we do to foster greater thinking about our message so that we can really get at those stronger resulting opinions, if that's our ultimate goal? So let's go ahead and get started. In the next section of the course, we're going to look at the do they think box.